ahead and start this.
Speeds.
Oh god, you're still saying that? Do people still say that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You gotta say it loud. Everyone's gotta hear you.
Real quick before we continue on E3,
No,
I do
come
want
on. What?
quick announcements.
Oh Jesus. What?
This podcast, Us in the Middle, will be officially collaborating with a new venue that's coming into the Addison location.
Oh.
So if you haven't seen like a lot of the Facebook postings and they're advertising Zero Latency, we are in communications with that venue once they get construction. So while we're building our team, we want to open up an invitation to you guys to subscribe to win some slots, exclusive look and game testers into the venue.
So basically, we're gonna go film this place and test this place and do a podcast about this place, and we would like a few of you to join us in doing that. Now, I do have a question about that because you just said subscribe. Now, what if they're already subscribed?
They'll be already they're
already in the
they're in the drawing. They're in the
Okay.
running. Now, here's the other thing they have to be careful about because like there's like some privacy issues. So if we can't see their subscription because of their privacy setting, you guys might want to go back and check into that.
Okay.
Make sure that we can see it. Otherwise, it's like even though you are subscribed, but we're gonna set something up to where you can where we can actually see our subscribers and to where they can go in, and if they got to go back and do it again, it's perfectly fine. And we'll leave that link down below once we get that contest sorted. It's down. That just sounded dirty.
No, that's not dirty.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited. We don't have an official date, so please subscribe. And yeah.
Did you so towards the end of Game of Thrones there, the last season?
Oh my god.
No, hold on.
Oh,
so
come on,
the
dude.
season where Arya
Are
fucks
you-
that dude, you know what I'm talking about?
It
It made a lot of people uncomfortable.
I was wondering, I was like, man, I'm really uncomfortable about this. Usually sex scenes, it's like, hey, all right, get it going. But when she started just dropping the clothes, like,
I'm surprised they didn't show any boob, and I'm actually kind of mad because if you noticed this last season, I didn't see a single boob.
well, they were too busy fighting.
Yeah, but that's like,
Why are you still on this whole Game of Thrones? Like,
anyway,
get off the train.
So
dude.
the reason is because the chick
boob?
who plays Sansa. After that episode aired, she was drinking a glass of wine and doing her like Snapchat thing.
Yeah.
And she was like, looked like they wanted her to hop into that pussy. Like the camera went up into her face like that. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. So I can't stop saying it. Hop into that pussy. It's funny. It's funny, Chow.
Okay, I
you
guess
really gotta look it up.
all right, I'll have
It's
to
a great little snippet.
I'll look it up. It's just when you say Game of Thrones, I'm like just.
Yeah, but this isn't about that. This is about off camera.
Okay.
Off
Yeah.
camera.
I mean. Well, speaking of the whatever her name is, I keep forgetting.
Who's?
The one who played Sansa.
Yeah, I don't know her name.
Yeah, I just what was it? X-Men's.
Oh yeah,
Darth
yeah.
It was shitty.
Really? I haven't seen it.
I haven't
I've
seen
heard
it
good
either.
things.
I know. I've only seen bad things.
I've heard good things.
Rotten Tomatoes ranked it at, and this is audience score because I always go by audience score. You go by anybody else's score, it's kind of like, oh, they're just trying to prop it up, because the critics have been paid off. Rotten Tomato scored it at 24%.
That's bad.
And you've heard good things from who?
From my Facebook. I have a lot of geeks on my Facebook, and plenty of people went to go see it and said it was great.
Are you sure these geeks have got their head up their asses?
Dude,
I'm sure these are great
have
people.
you seen it?
No, I see
so
that.
you don't know.
94% of criticism. I'll wait till it's online, okay?
I'm not going to go to theaters to see it because I wouldn't. That's not to say it's not a good movie though. It's just not like
Captain Marvel.
Well, I don't know. See, Captain Marvel was different, I think, because people had a reason to hate it because they hated her.
I think the marketing was done. The external communications was done really poorly.
Basically,
it was handled poorly.
The whole thing was handled poorly, but it wasn't necessarily a reflection on the movie. However, in this case, there hasn't been any criticism.
Unfortunately,
except for apparently the movie.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I saw it, it was just saw it for what it is. Just if you want to get down to the nitty gritty details, I mean, the character's OP. There's no reason for her to progress. She doesn't have any real. It's like you see flashbacks of her past life, of her getting knocked down, getting back up. It's like this cop out of a Rocky movie.
Okay. See, what I think part of that is? I think part of that is you're spoiled. You're spoiled with good Marvel movies.
What's wrong with that?
Well, before this whole trend, superhero movies were kind of lame for the most part. I mean, they were never really that good.
Batman Begins, you saw these were extreme trials and tribulations, and the worst weather conditions. You know, you could put somebody. You know,
oh, you're talking about the new one that what's his face did?
Christian Bale.
Yeah. You're talking about that one.
You could start there. You know, you saw these extreme weather conditions that they had to put themselves through, the harsh training, the discipline behind it,
yes,
and the mental conditions. They were, you know, I mean, this would drive anybody insane. You know, then you want to go over to Marvel. You saw Tony Stark, who goes from billionaire playboy, all of a sudden gets attacked by an RPG, and now, you know, a piece of his chest is gone.
But let's be real here. That was like the first time, at least for me, I saw that from a Marvel type movie. Like before then, Marvel movies are kind of lame.
Yeah, they were real lame.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it's like we've gotten spoiled with this new generation of superhero movies.
We gotten spoiled by them raising the bar.
They raised the bar hard,
And you know,
and it's hard to live up to that. You know,
it wasn't meant to be easy.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's hard.
Are you trying to give him a pass?
No, I'm just saying.
Is it so? What you're saying? It's
not
okay to suck.
Not every movie is going to be good as Iron Man. Not every movie is going to be good as Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, like there's going to be ones. It just happens.
Yeah,
it's hard to be great. You know what I'm saying?
And obviously, this one wasn't great.
That's all I'm saying.
You know,
that's okay.
Okay, no, it's just, you know, it's fine. I did, you know, unfortunately, I end up wasting my time watching the movie. It doesn't matter. Rotten Tomato rated this one at 24%.
X-Men.
Yeah. Dark Phoenix. I mean, I don't know. I guess they were just trying to get it rushed up because Disney officially took over.
Did they?
They bought out 20th Century Fox, so X-Men is now being put back into the MCU.
Okay, so yeah, I did hear about that because I remember people talking about, are we going to see X-Men people in like other stuff, or like Deadpool in X-Men, or like all these different things people were talking about combining. I heard them say that because they're in the same umbrella. Everything's under the same umbrella now, I guess, except for like
Spider-Man. Spider-Man is not under the umbrella. It's still under Sony.
Is it?
Yeah, so they've got like Venom. They've got I don't know. Blade is under MCU umbrella. So
is it?
Mm-hmm.
So if they wanted to make a new Blade movie, they can do that. Really?
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I can see it more on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, not necessarily, especially.
But if it's not Wesley Snipes, I might turn it off. I'm just saying.
I'm not blaming you.
Yeah.
Trust me. There's been a lot
Plus, he needs a comeback.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
There is a lot of hope he will make a comeback.
Yeah.
There's a hope. There's a lot of. Trust me. A lot of you're literally preaching to the choir.
Mm-hmm.
You are not the only one who feels that way.
Mm-hmm.
There's Blade 1 and 2. Let's pretend Blade Trinity didn't exist.
First of all, I love that one. So I know I get a lot of flack from Blade guys.
Well, this is coming from a guy who. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. This is the guy who really enjoyed The Last Jedi. So,
look,
I'm just.
I enjoyed it because it was
whatever your excuse is or whatever your reasoning is.
It was witty and it was funny, and I mean it's basically like the precursor to Deadpool. Let's think about that for a second.
I'm not thinking about
it. Right.
Because it had Ryan Reynolds.
Well, not just that, but it had Ryan Reynolds as like a superhero basically, and before that he was just a joke guy. Like he had to get in shape to do that.
So
movie.
what you're
he was just a twig.
So what? So Chris Evans playing Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four was a precursor to him playing Captain America.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That is the dumb.
It's absolutely because you wouldn't really imagine him at that. You know, I knew Ryan Reynolds from Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. If you remember that show, that's why I knew him. That's why everybody knew him as. He was a joke, man. I mean, not a joke, but he was a funny. You don't see him in an action movie. You don't see him as a superhero, sort of a thing.
He did Green Lantern.
And then Blade Trinity comes out, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, he could be a badass. You know, same with Jessica Biel. Well, she didn't really pursue that whole badass look after that, but she could have.
Yeah, it was just everything about the movie just felt more like a gimmick.
You hurt my feelings.
Yeah, I just saw that. You're like,
I said,
And I'm not apologizing for that comment.
He's like, no, I'm not apologizing.
I love you, man, but I'm not
fine.
apologizing.
Can we talk about what we're really here to talk about today?
Okay, so big summertime. We've got E3.
E3. E3.
Real quick,
Yep.
Nintendo won this one.
No.
You don't think so?
No. CD Projekt Red.
I mean, no. I mean, I'm not. I mean, like, I didn't follow the Nintendo because I don't own anything Nintendo.
Oh.
Except for like, what do you call it? Emulators.
Yeah. Right. Most people.
Everybody.
Well, no,
everybody I know has an emulator.
I know. Same
like,
here.
does it
Same here.
count?
But yet they sell so much, and I'm like, to who? I don't know a single person who owns a Nintendo product.
Nintendo is for kids.
It must be, or families, sort of a thing.
Except that, okay, so I'm really upset about one thing. Okay, so I'm a big fan of one of the Marvel's IPs, Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah.
Ultimate Alliance 3 is exclusively on for Nintendo.
Really?
Yeah, and it pissed me off. So I was like, because you would hope like, oh, it's gonna be timed exclusive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so after
for like a month or something.
yeah,
Right.
and then it's right. It's like no, it's exclusive.
So did you hear about the new Marvel Avengers game? Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about it?
All I know is from what I saw, it looked like the graphics were like previous gen.
Well, no, they weren't. People weren't necessarily mad at the graphics. They were mad at what the characters looked like, which wasn't to say they looked bad.
I heard there was I mean,
they just didn't look like the characters from the movie, which was, I think that's most people's gripe.
Do you think that it was presented like as if it was like a direct out of the movie, and then?
I think that's what people are expecting.
I just wasn't feeling the character design overall.
Yeah, I mean, see, most of the criticism I've seen stems from the fact that they finally introduced what kind of game it would be, although not really. But they basically hinted at the fact that it's going to be one of those games as a service type of a game.
No, I thought they said it wasn't going to be like.
No, it is going to be like that. That's the issue.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%. I
thought it was campaigns only, one player mode. Sadly, it's not a multiplayer thing.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's a service.
Yeah.
Based.
Yeah, but the problem is nobody knows how that's even going to work, and they didn't really explain much. All they showed was cinematic trailer, basically,
and a few short blasts of like
few short
gameplay.
Now, these one people that I follow, they did actually get to watch somebody play like the first 10 minutes.
That was
or so.
for like press open. That was for press only. It
Yeah, exactly. So we don't see that, but they said that did make them feel better, only because it felt very cinematic and like sort of like the Spider-Man game that came out and stuff, very like a single player type thing
from Insomniac.
Okay, for the PlayStation.
Well, when they released that, it was all gameplay.
Right. But I'm saying that's how they said the gameplay felt to them that they saw.
Okay,
but none of us saw that.
Okay, so they were comparing it. Insomniac Spider-Man was a good benchmark for them to
right
to go by
because they love that game. So
I'm a little nervous. You don't fault me for being a little nervous.
Absolutely
what you're telling me.
No, because I think that was probably just an introduction to the characters, and probably once you progress to good enough to play online or whatever, the game takes a different.
This E3 felt a little underwhelming.
The whole thing was underwhelming. The whole thing. I only heard one good thing that I thought was awesome, and it's not even that cool, but it's still pretty cool, and that was Keanu Reeves is in the Cyberpunk 2077.
And apparently he's got more lines than everybody.
Right.
And I was like, wait, what?
It's just random. It's so random because we've been talking about this game for...
You see what happens when you kill his dog.
yeah. And everybody loved it. That was the highlight of the whole conference.
Yeah.
Seriously. That's the biggest thing that happened, is Keanu Reeves was in a video game. Nothing else cool happened. There's no new Battlefields. They didn't talk about the new Call of Duty.
PlayStation wasn't a part of this.
PlayStation didn't present anything.
Yeah, well, PlayStation wasn't in this E3. They're doing their separate thing.
Exactly. So like, Bethesda presented a couple things, but they're kind of lame.
Rehashed.
Yeah, like they're doing a battle royale mode for Fallout 76.
I'm interested in their new it's like the Division. What is it?
Like
Tom Clancy's fuck, I can't remember. Keep talking while I'm looking it up.
Well, something else that Bethesda /id presented, which was actually cool, was the new Doom game, Doom Eternal, and that looks dope as shit.
Doom Eternal. Oh, that one, dude. I saw there was a video that I saw. Like, I don't know. It's funny because I started thinking. I know our Facebook posts have been launching out like trailers after trailers after trailer just to kind of celebrate the whole E3 gamut. And you know, when I was watching that Doom Eternal, like I can actually picture Alex Jones in my head screaming at the top of his lungs, "Demons! They're demons! You know, kill them all!"
They should just put him in the game.
They should. I can honestly.
He's like a character that you see, and he's like demons.
Yeah, you know,
and
they're gonna kill you. The government's gonna make the frogs gay.
And then he like blows up or something.
Yeah, you know, I can
great.
honestly hear his voice in my head while playing that game, just screaming and just shooting up everything.
Demons.
You know,
that's funny.
You know, I could hear him say, like, it was like, you know, I could actually. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think if Bethesda got ballsy enough, where they would just have him as the spokesperson for Doom,
they wouldn't do that.
I know he's too controversial. And,
yeah, there was one part of Bethesda's presentation that bothered me because I was actually watching that one, and it was when they were basically presenting id and all the accomplishments of id. They claimed it as accomplishments of Bethesda. And it's like, you didn't do that. You bought that. It's not the same thing. So the guy from Bethesda was like, we invented first-person shooters. I'm like, no, it did. Way before you were ever around. Let's calm down. You know? But they were claiming all of id's accomplishments.
Right.
Which I thought, you can't... Like, if you're letting them still continue as their own studio, which they are, I
think there's
and you just happen to own them, you don't get to take their accomplishments. They still exist.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, even though technically they're publishing for them.
Right, but the history books do not say Bethesda invented
it says
first-person
id.
shooters.
I mean,
it says id.
It's the one that brought Doom to...
Right.
Brought Doom, then they brought Wolfenstein.
Right.
You know, before we were able to look up and down, we were just looking left and right.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, you're like really one.
Well, that was kind of that was. I thought
shady.
That was super.
It was shady.
Yeah, I mean, but they had like one of the project leads or something from id on the stage as well.
Can you blame Bethesda? They're not like in a hot seat because of all the.
Well, just let the id guy say it. The id guy was right there. If he could have said, "We," this guy, right? I was there. I was there. yeah. Not this fucking dude from Bethesda. It just irked me the wrong way, especially with all the shit that Bethesda's been doing lately. It's like, oh, now y'all are doing so bad, you're gonna try to take somebody else's accomplishments. I mean,
come on, like the whole their game Fallout's starting to mean a lot more than just a game.
Oh God.
I was like, you know, I mean the whole. Especially with everything falling apart with the title, I mean, it's done so great up until as of late. You know, with Fallout 76, you know, played with so many. I could say bugs, but that's not even the big issue. You know, like
that's not even the big issue.
That is a terrible issue, but that's not even the issue. It's not even the issue.
Yeah,
it's like, man, if we go into this, man, that's all we're gonna be talking about is talking
shit
about.
It's such a big subject. How bad they fucked up the release. How bad they fucked up the whole game.
How do you say that in like 5 minutes? Could you say it in 5 minutes?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, not hard, not easy, is it? Get ready, man.
No, it's actually pretty straightforward.
Okay,
it really
5 minutes, go.
They announced that they were gonna have a multiplayer online survival game, and everybody was really excited about it. And then they released it, and it was terrible. Not only the bugs, so those were a huge issue.
Right.
It basically had no storyline and no point and nothing to work for. They didn't have NPCs, for example, in the game, which is something that Fallout is known for.
Lifeless.
It's lifeless. You're walking around. You can't do anything. There's no point to anything.
There's nothing to do.
There's nothing to do. And then they introduced these microtransactions, which are so expensive and so ridiculous. And they said they were only going to do it for cosmetics. Then they introduced it to where you could do it for weapons and stuff like that. And then nothing would ever work the way it was supposed to. Like if you did 2 nukes in a row, it would crash the game. You know, God, what else? They released a exclusive awesome edition that you could pay like $150 for or something.
It was such a ripoff.
And get all these different things. But then when people received them, they got the wrong, necessarily the wrong items. They got they did not deliver what they said they were going to.
They should have called it was a loot.
It's like they're supposed to give you this awesome like leather bag and stuff, and then what people ended up getting just a plastic bag, and they all got refunded and stuff, and then people started refunding the game because it was so bad, so bad, so bad. But they were getting so much refunds that cut off refunds. You can no longer refund the game. And so like, oh, sales are doing great. It's like, it's because you don't let people refund the game. What are you talking about? Like, how fucked up is that? How bad is your game if you do not let people refund it?
This is why I will never buy digital.
Yeah, right. And now they are trying to fix some stuff, and they're saying, oh, it's just growing pains, but we have listened to the community and stuff. They are putting, something that was announced at E3, they are putting NPCs into the game now. They have actual quests and things for you to do. They're putting in this battle royale mode, which I think is kind of stupid. Honestly, the really big problem to me with the whole entire situation is just the game engine. The game engine itself, which causes so much of the issues. First of all, it looks like shit.
It's dated.
And that's because it is. It's their old engine from 15 years ago that they just keep updating to work. And it was never made for a game like this. And so what we have is really shitty looking game. And they're not even admitting it. They're like, we think our engine's great. It's like, dude, have you looked outside lately? Have you looked at what Unreal Engine can do, for God's sakes? Like, your engine is shit. Get with the times, bro. But they, like, refuse to, and they keep blaming everyone else.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Anyway, sorry. So that's basically the situation in a nutshell. So good for them for ruining everything. Ciao.
Jesus.
I have a lot to say on the subject.
Wow.
I have a lot to say on the subject.
And they call me angry.
That's true.
I'm
That's
just like,
true. That's
wow.
a good point. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Unfortunately, I don't know. I guess I was kind of expecting more. I was expecting more gameplay. You know, what was it? Okay, Tom Clancy's was it Ghost Recon Outbreak or Breakpoint?
The new Ghost Recon. I want to play it.
Yeah,
I want to play it bad. They didn't even show it, did they?
They did.
They did?
They did.
Okay.
Yeah, they did. I mean, it was more of like the same gameplay you saw like on the previous YouTube.
Yeah,
you know, so nothing really new or and whatnot. And if they did, I completely missed it.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
I mean,
new.
there's so much going on in E3. Anyways, it's trying to keep up with everybody. And I mean, I have a lot on my plate. You have a lot on your plate.
Yeah, I try to keep up as much as I could, but they're just, to be honest, there was not that much exciting stuff.
Because it was really one trailer after another trailer. Because I'm thinking in my head, because you remember when we were watching what's the documentary, God of War. You know, we were talking. You know, what we were talking about took us 2 years just to put like a 15-minute demo together. Like, I was like, holy shit! So I suspect like all these game developers are in that sticky situation where they were too busy focused on developing a demo gameplay versus developing an actual game.
Right. Yeah. I agree with that.
You know, that's my concern. It's like,
which could be a good thing. I mean, if we have to wait for good games, I'm
okay with it.
Yeah.
You know,
just makes for a shitty year.
Yeah. The one game I did get to see, like I was really excited about, was Final Fantasy VII.
Oh yeah. Did you hear that? And I don't know if this was announced at E3 or if this was announced before. I just heard about it after E3, and that was that they're actually releasing it in parts.
Yeah, they have to.
This is only like part 1 that they're releasing.
Yeah, there's gonna be part 2, part 3. Dude,
see, that's crazy to me.
The original game.
It's better be cheap then.
No, it's gonna be expensive.
If it's like $60 for part 1, I'd be pissed. You know what I mean?
Did you ever play the original Final Fantasy VII?
I played the demo.
Okay.
When it came out, I had the demo disc. Back when they did demo discs. So I played 30 minutes of it, and I loved it.
I want to say it was 3 disc.
Really? Okay. Still.
That game was big.
Still, in today's world, is it bigger than Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
Is it bigger than Red Dead Redemption?
No. So as far as like the content what goes into that game, it's massive.
More massive than Red Dead Redemption. That fits on one disc.
You couldn't fit it all on one disc. There's no way. I couldn't.
I would disagree with that
because it's literally they're building from the ground up, and it's like there's no way they can get this on one disc. You're gonna have to break this up. because the original play to meet up to Final Fantasy VII's expectations, you have to break it up. Like there's no way the game is too big.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to take your word for that
Like
because
all that, because like I have the original. I think I still have the original Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation 1.
Mm-hmm.
It was 3 disc. Like I'm thinking it's 4 disc, honestly.
Yeah, but I mean, games back then were different.
So.
Well, okay, I haven't. So multi-disc games used to be pretty common for computers, especially back in the day. I haven't seen one. I haven't even seen a disc game in years, but I haven't seen a multi-disc game in 15
Final
years.
Fantasy VII was the first
It's been like 15 years since I've seen one.
Final Fantasy VII. Like if they just like remastered that game, yeah, you could put it on 1 disc now. But to build it from the ground down at that caliber, there's no way.
I don't know, man.
No way.
I don't know. I think you're making that up.
There's no way.
That's what I think.
You know, and then plus
they did announce the Final Fantasy VIII remake as well. Did you see that?
Oh my god, it's gonna take them forever to get through.
Probably. They're not even a quarter of the way done with the Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, it's like, and then not only that, they got to work on part 2.
Yeah.
And then plus that, you have to think about like, well, how much resources can you send in that direction?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
but people will pay for that stuff.
Well, people like
importantly, you.
Yeah, fuck yeah, well.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Because they know they're gonna make so much fucking money off of people like you.
It's fine.
You'll probably buy like the extra edition.
It's nostalgia. I'm probably will.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a role playing game. It's not like it's like.
Well, it's because you just said how much resources can you really put in that direction. I'm saying because of people like you, they can afford to put a lot.
Yeah.
Because they know people like you are gonna shove that shit out. You know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's like wink, wink.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't see. I mean, if there's microtransactions, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be more cosmetic.
Mm-hmm.
Not this whole. I mean, because I don't recall ever Final Fantasy games being other than the subscriptions, unless they try to pull a fast one. I don't see that happening because they make a killing off of their online gameplay anyways.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know what the numbers are. I'm pretty sure it's up there. You never played you're not an RPG type.
A little bit.
Okay, so you're not.
I'll play some.
You weren't heavy. Yeah, I'm a heavy.
That makes sense. You're Asian.
That's racist.
That's not racist. It's a fact. There's a whole category for people like you. It's
and Mexicans. JRPG, Japanese RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most Japanese RPG, I'm like,
but you're not Japanese.
I'm Vietnamese.
Vietnamese.
Okay, and hey, you know
like
what?
There's no difference.
That's fine. Maybe you can be Salvadorian today, Brazilian tomorrow. You know. Oh, you didn't like that too?
No, I'm fine with that.
Okay,
but well, it's because my mom always said that she'll be like, I'm not Mexican, I am Hispanic. That's the way she says it.
What is I am curious. What is Mexico's obsessions or Mexicans in general's obsession with Dragon Ball Z?
I haven't heard that. I mean, it's a fucking Asian show, Chow.
I don't know. I didn't. I didn't know. I saw this. Like my friend sent me a clip on, like DM'd me on Facebook. Is like, dude, check this out. Like they're doing like this. Like so it's like in Mexico. It's like they're like in some courtyard. They've got this outdoor theater, and they're watching Dragon Ball Z, and people are watching it like it's an actual boxing fight. That's
funny.
It's fucking crazy.
That's
it's like
awesome.
Those are like some diehard fans. They're watching it like it's live. It's like, dude, it's like
Yeah, and see, I was never into Dragon Ball Z. Like, I have some friends that really, really are, and they try to show me so much, and like I'm sitting through these episodes.
Oh, what turned me off about it? What turned me off about the whole Dragon Ball series is that it was 20 minutes of talking, and then on the next Dragon Ball Z, and it's like,
I'm telling you,
what was the point of that? I don't know.
Maybe they can make a Dragon Ball game that's not a fighting game. Make an RPG. That'd be cool.
Yeah, an RPG of the just talk.
No. You know what I'm saying.
How would that play?
You know what I'm saying. You can make an RPG in the.
We have
Dragon
to
Ball
find,
Z world.
or we have to spend like 80 episodes to find the first Dragon Ball, and then it's like, well, you got another 80 to find the second Dragon Ball. I was like, well, how many Dragon Balls are there? It's like, well, there's 5. And then you bring them all together, you summon the dragon, and you get 1 wish. Or 2 or 3. I don't know. It's like a genie in the bottle.
Okay.
It's a dragon in a
fucking dragon, yeah.
The Dragon Balls, but
Dragon Balls.
It's a simple concept. It's more like, especially for the older generation, it's just kind of a nice feels to kind of get back into. Cyberpunk is receiving some backlash.
Oh, for the gender thing? Yeah, I thought that was funny. I thought it made sense, actually.
Do you think so?
Well, and the only reason is because it's in the future, and we see where this country's going. So anyway, no.
Pull the fast one right there.
It's in the future, and people can augment their bodies and stuff, so I'm sure they can be whatever the fuck they want to be, you know?
So if you want to identify as an attack helicopter, well, maybe...
That might be a thing.
Yeah,
That might be a thing in this game.
Your driver's license will say your gender is an attack helicopter.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And I feel like for this game, I'm not upset about it. If they did that in like Battlefield or something, I'd be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
But for this
Wrong
game,
platform, buddy.
For this game, it's in the future. It's probably somebody with 3 titties. Whatever. You know, I'm fine with that. You know, like
Total Recall.
I really am. Although I did think it was stupid how they were getting called transphobic for a screenshot from the game. Did you hear about that? It was sort of in the same atmosphere.
I don't understand the concept of transphobic.
Yeah, well, I mean, people use the word wrong. What the word means is like any rational fear.
Right, phobia is an irrational fear.
Exactly, and what they did is make a joke, and so it wasn't a fear.
Oh, somebody at from CD Red cracked a joke, and then
No. It was a joke in the game. So it was an ad.
Oh no shit.
So in the game there are ads throughout the city, and so there was an ad that said something like. This drink has, 33 flavors, mix them up however you want. And it was a chick there standing there, but as she's standing there, you can clearly see an erection like coming out of her panties. It's like mix them up however you want. Like they're making fun of trans people, and it's like it was a joke.
All of a sudden, they're transphobic.
Yeah, it was a joke. First of all, secondly, they're allowing you to be whatever gender you want to be in the game.
Yeah.
So that's pretty non-transphobic. And third, it's a fucking video game. Whatever. It's not. See, in the video game world, that's supposed to be normal because
no one gives a fuck.
No one gives a fuck. It's the future,
right?
Bro, it's the future.
Oh my god.
So like. Mixed up however you want. Ding! That's hilarious. Whatever, man. That's fucking hilarious.
No. In any case, speaking of, we're gonna have to wrap it up here. Yeah, it's getting to that time because next episode we are gonna be talking about tech censorship.
Tech censorship.
I know, man. You sing that like you're excited about it.
Tech censorship. Yeah. Was that better?
I like it. It could be a jingle.
Tech censorship. Yeah. Is that better?
Yeah. You know what? Lower the pitch a little bit. I think we can get it. We'll work on it after the show. If that makes you feel better. Yep. Guys, thanks for tuning in. And again, don't forget to subscribe. We'll leave a link down below where you can sign up for the drawing. That'll automatically.
Yes, please come do Zero Latency with us. That'll be awesome.
So we'll do that random drawing. We don't have an official date, but we will close that date off after the first 100. Or the first, whichever comes first. The first 2 days, 2 or 3 days.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I have no idea.
Who cares? There's so much going on. We'll keep it up. But anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in with us. I'm Chow, your co-host.
I'm Ian Scher, the coolest guy you'll ever meet.
And we'll see you guys next time. Dude, that was weird.
That wasn't weird.
That was awkward.
That was not awkward.
It was like your voice just went from high pitch to like.
That was the whole. I was trying to be an airplane.
You're gay.